Welcome inside our CBS Sports Studios. I'm Adam Shine alongside my guy, Chicago Bear legend, the great Kyle Long. And Kyle, honestly, seems like we're talking about the Bears every single Sunday. And we pride ourselves on doing these YouTube hits right after the 1 o'clock slate. So obviously we react to the games. The biggest story from the 1 o'clock slate, it's about the Chicago Bears, and they played on Friday. With the Rams losing to the Carolina Panthers, the Chicago Bears, now the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, and I want to be sure that you enjoy this moment as a Bears fan because things go from sticky to stickier here in the next few weeks. Obviously, big game against the Green Bay Packers coming up, but I want to take a look back to Friday and the things that they did incredibly well and the things that I believe Ben Johnson has instilled in this team. And now they've got an identity, and that's running the football. That's being dominant at the line of scrimmage on the offensive line, imposing your will on other teams. A few weeks ago, I talked about the lack of red zone success for this football team. What did I say? Red zone's about players, not plays. So Ben Johnson can scheme it up till he's blue in the face, but unless you are willing to put your man into the end zone, we used to say in the O-line room, score with your man in the red zone, and great things will happen. That's what I saw down out at the line of scrimmage from the Chicago Bears, rolling double teams off the ball, getting Caleb into friendly situations from a play-action standpoint. So much of what they do is under center now. They can play bully ball. We didn't see that as much with Caleb last year. Under center, it commands respect from the defense. When you truly line up under center, hand the football off, 7 yards a pop for 2 different running backs, Adam. That is good living, and it opens things up for Caleb, and we saw the dagger was roll left, throw to commit in the end zone. What can't this offense do right now? And they're only going to get better, dude.
But I think this all needs to be stressed. You had 2 running backs over 100 yards. The offensive line is phenomenal. Tooney's outstanding, and he's got championships. He knows what it takes. Caleb Williams, the way he throws, the way he runs, the way he leads, the way he plays in the fourth quarter. This is what you expect from someone like Caleb Williams. Ben Johnson's an unbelievable coach, play caller. He's changed the culture. Smart enough to hire Dennis Allen, not a head coach, but a great defensive coordinator. They got guys back on defense. We sat here last week on NFL and CBS YouTube and said, of course Chicago's going to beat Philly. Why? You're the better team with a quarterback who's playing better and a better head coach. And now I firmly believe in the matchup and the greatest rivalry, in my opinion, in the history of the National Football League, Chicago-Green Bay, and they've got the Packers twice coming up. This game's at Lambeau Field. I'm telling you right now, the Bears are marching into Lambeau Field. I told you last week they're going to beat Philly and Philly. They're going to beat the Packers at Lambeau Field. Why? Because they're the better football team.
I want to go back to something you said. It's the greatest rivalry in football. I want to pump the brakes a little bit and have people understand that it's only a rivalry when it's even. And it hasn't been even.
That's a good take.
For a very long time in
That's
Chicago.
a good take.
And I think Ben Johnson and this regime is going to stress that you have to earn the right to be in a rivalry game. And you have to earn a right to be in the driver's seat. You have to earn the right to win the NFC North. And in order to do that, you have to go beat who I seem to think is one of the best defenses in the National Football League, one of the most complete football teams. They can score a lot of points in Green Bay, and they can get after passers on that line of scrimmage. But you got to go beat those guys. And I think that the Chicago Bears have a formula to be able to give those guys some hell in Green Bay. Obviously, the Packers feast on third down. They have a number of ways to line up the most productive guy in his first 5 years in the NFL. That's Micah Parsons. They can line him up anywhere, give you nightmares a number of different ways. Line games, alignments. He can line up over the guard, over the other guard, over this tackle, over this tackle. You know how you stop that BS, Adam? You run the football with efficiency. You stay on schedule, 4 and 5 yard runs. And then when you get to third down, the defense looks up, it's 3rd and 1, Adam. And then you're going to get the run again. You don't have to make this thing all about Caleb Williams. Team football. That's what we've stressed all year. Complementary football. Take the ball away. Return kicks when you get the opportunity. Make field goals when they matter. Don't turn the football over on offense and suffocate that defensive line.
Let me give you a couple of all-encompassing takes, and I tell you I like Chicago over Green Bay. I think Chicago wins the division. I still think the Rams are the team to beat in the NFC. I thought Carolina played really well. I don't want to sit here and diminish what the Panthers did and say, oh, that was all about the Rams. No, they forced turnovers, 3 of them from Matthew Stafford. I'm not worried about the Rams. I think they will bounce back. They are still my team to beat in the NFC. But we've said this now, and we're allowed to stress this, the two of us. We've been saying this about Chicago all year. You have to play your A game to beat the Chicago Bears. And this team has a knack. And you know what? You've got too many people out there, the media elites, the Twitter tough guys, calling the Bears the F word. Fraud. Anyone who says that needs to have their credentials just absolutely taken away from them. They should never be allowed to post anything on social media ever again. The Chicago Bears are for real. I'm not telling Bears fans to look at travel and book a hotel or a trip to San Francisco.
Don't do that. 1 week at a time.
But they're in the conversation.
Yeah.
They are absolutely, unequivocally a real, viable Super Bowl caliber team in the NFC.
And what makes it so special to me is that when you look at the expectation for the Ben Johnson regime in his first year, it was what? Let's see Caleb make progress. Let's see this team find a way to win one-score games. If it ends up being 8-8, 8-9, whatever the hell it is, nobody expected for this football team to be 9-3, sitting here after Black Friday. This is, as I've called it a number of times, free football, house money, whatever you want to look at it as. This team right here is going to be, if they can find a way to go to Lambeau and get a win against the Packers, the fraud stuff goes right out the window. And we just find out how far this team's going to go. It's going to be a fun ride. But the Bears are for real, Adam.
Absolutely. And by the way, they have the Packers in Lambeau, then Cleveland, then they have Green Bay again, this one in Chicago.
And then they get their vitamin D bump when they go to the West Coast, San Francisco 49ers. It's a nighttime game. They're not playing in the sunshine, but it's...
I get it.
As a guy who played in Chicago, I loved a late season West Coast trip. It's almost like a reset on everything. You get to see a little sunshine, feel the warmth, and get ready to hit the road for the playoffs.
Packers, Browns, Packers, the 49ers, the Lions down the stretch of the season. I think they will win a minimum of 3. And I wouldn't be surprised if they won 4. The Chicago Bears are absolutely for real.